Hello and welcome. My name is Jimena and I'm here with City of Las Cruces Senior Program. I'm here to talk about something fascinating today, mushrooms. You may know them from your favorite dishes, but do you know that mushrooms are more than just a tasty ingredient? They're packed with nutrients, support your health, and also support the environment. Over the next few minutes, we're gonna go over to explore some of the world's fascinating creatures, mushrooms. What are they, why they matter, and how they show up in your everyday life. So what exactly are mushrooms? Well, they aren't plants and they're not animals. They are their own kingdom, fungi. Think of them as the nature's recyclers. Thanks to them, we have the world as we know it today. Without them, life as we know it will be completely different. They are the ones in charge of taking all the organic compounds and disintegrate it. Imagine being in a world where nothing would decompose. That would be really scary. You will be finding dead animals and dead trees all over, but fungi help us disintegrate all that, and they use it to transform into the soil that we know today. They live in forests, and they also live in deserts like ours here in New Mexico. Thanks to mushrooms, we have also evolved as a society. They have been part of our medicine, our culture, and our food. So we're going to talk about why you should eat mushrooms. Well, there are a lot of great reasons why you should eat mushrooms, but I'm going to talk specifically about 3 of them. So number 1, they support your gut health. They're full of fiber and prebiotics, which they're all great for your good gut bacteria. A healthy gut means better digestions, improving immune system, and also they help with mood regulation. They're great for senior health. This is because they have a compound called ergothioneine, which is great for reducing inflammation and is a very strong antioxidant. This helps also with nerve regeneration and boosting immune systems. Mushrooms also support heart and brain functions. Mushrooms are low in sodium and high in potassium. They help regulate blood pressure without having to eat any of the sodium. And they are also great for your brain too. They have compounds like lion's mane that will transfer your brain barrier and will actually feed your brain. There are studies going around that show that it can help with focus and memory. So I have a little question for you. This is a trivia. Which are more related to mushrooms, animals or plants? If you said animals, you got it correct. Animals, like mushrooms, breathe oxygen, just like us. Plants instead, they breathe CO2. We're also more closely related to mushrooms, genetically speaking. That's also why another important reason that eating mushrooms can help our system integrate those compounds a little bit better. You might not realize it, but mushrooms are already a big part of your life. They are part of the medicine field as an antibiotic. Some of you are familiar with penicillin, for example, which has saved millions of lives. And this active ingredient as medicine, comes from fungi. In materials, scientists are now creating leather and plastic type structures with mushrooms. So as this research evolves, we're going to be able to find more and more materials made out of fungi that are also great for the plant. Mushrooms are also part of other foods that you might know and you might have tried, such as cheese and wine. This is part of a fermentation process, which gives us wine and cheese the aged taste that we find, and it wouldn't be possible without fungi. Talking about nature and why mushrooms matter in nature. Well, mushrooms are part of the whole system of recyclers. As I mentioned before, without mushrooms, we wouldn't be able to have the soil that we have today. They eat on organic matter, just as like what you see in here. This is growing medium made out of wood and soybean hull. So they eat on organic matter, they decompose it, and then they grow out of that. Mushrooms come in all kinds of shapes and colors and textures. What you see here is some of the varieties that we grow here at Full Circle. You can find something like this one. This is called shiitake mushroom. You're probably familiar with it. It's very popular in Asian cuisine. Has a very strong umami flavor. You can also find very different mushrooms like this one. They don't look the same, but they are all mushrooms. Mushrooms like lion's mane have a very interesting flavor and texture, such as crab. You can make fake crab cakes with it, and they are full of nutrients and full of fiber. Sometimes we have a hard problem trying to eat more fiber, and mushrooms is a great way to incorporate it to it. This one is called maitake mushroom, and it also looks pretty different from the others. This one has fronds instead of a cap, and the flavor is also very umami, very thick. We also have oyster mushroom, which takes also different colors and shapes. This is a blue oyster mushroom. Even though you see it gray, it starts growing out blue. And this mushroom can also come in other colors like pink and yellow and white. So as you can see, you can find mushrooms everywhere. And I would like to invite you to take the opportunity and take the challenge to incorporate them more in your diet. They're not just good for you, they're also good for the planet. We grow them here locally, and you will be able to find them in your diet.